Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Whiskey Crusaders. Good to see you guys this evening. I know we're late as unfortunately a lot of stuff going on this evening. Hey Mike, good to see you there. Usual fun, our annual get together for best whiskeys of the year, but this year we're also going to include other spirits as well for the first time in our lineup. Now, a lot of these I don't have physically. Hey Tater Dom and Andy, good to see you with me because a lot of them are at the castle, so some of them is going to be named, and that'll be that. And then I'll have to probably go back and do a concise video on it itself. But I figured we could go do this together and come up with whatever you guys think are your guys' best for the year as well. So I want to hear when I put out the categories what you guys' best are as well, and see. Now some of these it's going to be harder. Hey there, a little old fashioned Donner Pass. Good to see you guys. And honestly, some of them will be new things this year. Some will just be new things I tried this year. Some of them will be, things just got a hold of. Not everything got reviewed because obviously the reviews have not been coming for the last almost 4 months now. It's been extremely busy with everything going on at the castle and work and all those other fun things. So, hey there, David. Good to see you as well. All right. So, I think we'll just start off. Let's see here. What's the easiest thing? I mean, I think the best thing to start with is vodka. Obviously, I know you guys came for the vodka. I think that will be a great place for you guys to start. You guys have any good vodka this year? Anything new in that category for you guys? I know that's probably the most unique or thrilling for anyone in that comes to the show on a regular basis. But there are some good vodkas out there that are things you guys actually might want to drink as whiskey drinkers. So my favorite distillery bottle of the year is Bruichladdich 18. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Yeah, lots more independents. I think that's probably true. For sure, definitely lots of those this year. Yeah, there's definitely always good at cast, especially since they're usually cast strength and unadulterated, which we appreciate for sure. I think two of the things we can say for some definitely unique vodkas for the first time this year. I mean, we've had them before, but good ones you guys would actually want to drink. And I think it's pretty easy. It says, Wonder Folk from Guthrie going to have a spice vodka that's like lemon spirit flavor really like. Oh, that sounds like fun. Sounds very interesting. Always enjoyable. But now, of course, we've had a lot of streams, a lot of guests this year too. A lot of unique products, certainly. I know like Woodworks, they're out of Oklahoma, and Vicra. I know that was last year, but didn't have the bottle last year, but have it this year now because of our buddy Steve. And he was kind enough to bring it down because he's an awesome guy when he came down here from Minnesota. So I think that's what so the two best vodkas I think I had this year would have been the Vicra Lake Superior vodka, and the other one was the Ballykeith Irish vodka. So Rams win it for a late night, then we're on fire. Oh, ha ha ha! That's funny, Colin. Not really, but I do feel sorry for those people out there in LA. So that sucks. I have no idea how close that stadium is to the fire isn't, but it is what it is. So, but all right, pour a little bit of this. But yeah, the other thing I said, the other one was the Ballykeith. The thing that's cool about the Ballykeith is that was a 6-time pot distilled vodka, which I never had anything like that. Was a pot distilled vodka in general. But the fact that it was 6 times is quite amazing. So it was Cotswold. I do like Cotswolds a lot. Yeah, there's definitely some great ones we had certainly during the Advent calendar this year for sure. Not a lot of sleep last night, but such is life. But yeah, it's a nice clean vodka. I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. So if you do get a chance, I know you can get them. I think Ace Spirits carries it. And if you're up in that area, of course, most liquor stores up in the Minnesota area carry it. But you can order it online. Same with Ballykeith. They're available online as well. I know locally Goody Goody carries it. I think, was it not Stiegel? Stiegels? I think Stiegels is the other one that carries it for sure. And then some other independents carry it as well. But really great, nice, clear spirits. Of course, good way to start. Let's see here. So, start off with the fun vodka. Now, of course, gins, I think, are definitely a growing category for us for sure. And there was a couple of fun ones from there as well. Now the funny thing is that we actually got a couple great gins. Ballykeef gin, which also is really nice pot still. Also, the cool thing about them is they put their botanicals through um, the inside of the actual still rather than a gin box, which is kind of unique the way they do it. So really great gin from them. And then Isla Harris's gin was their sugar kelp, which I thought was also pretty fantastic stuff. And we were actually lucky enough, of course, to have their master distiller come see us this year, so that was cool. Gonna pour a little of this. Great stuff. Really enjoy it. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to try the barrel aged botanist. I'd like to, obviously. I heard it was really good. Hopefully, that'll be on next year's list because, like I said, didn't get a chance to try it, unfortunately. I know we were hoping to have a Rick Lottie night, but it being so much other whiskey, we just decided they didn't really need gins, which was probably the right choice. I do agree that Western gin from Woodworks was delicious. I do agree. Yes, Andy, I'd love to try that botanist gin. It'll be fabulous. Ah, oh, it's good stuff. Yeah. One of the things I really like about, of course, Eyelashes is nice, pretty bottle. Good stuff. Because this is a whiskey drinker's gin for sure. Both these are fantastic. Hey, there's Jason, of course, the Master Drum. You guys check out Jason's channel if you haven't somehow done that so far. He's an awesome guy. Hopefully sometime later this year, Jason will be down in this area and we can shoot some stuff together at the castle, which should be great. So that would be fantastic. But yes, I know like I said, Jason, we're starting with the clear spirits tonight because we're trying to go in other directions, starting to build our portfolios and other things at the castle as well. So yeah, that'd be awesome. We'd love to have Jason for sure. I guess Andy's gonna be flying towards Jason, so that'll be cool. Very fun. So I think the last location I bought was the botanist a few years ago. Very nice. Yeah, agreed. Regular botanist is fantastic. I really enjoy their stuff, certainly. But yeah, I really love this Ballykeef Irish gin. Just really good stuff. Mm. They're ginger different age botanists. Oh, really? I did not know that from months old to many years old. 6-year-old age. Interesting. I did not know that one. They're different Asian ones. Very interesting. Yes, autocorrect's super lovely, right, Jason? Always a great time. But yes, there's all that good stuff. So I think those are going to be my gins of the year. All right, so we'll do those. Let's see here. Then, now I don't know. I have it here. I don't know what I've done with it, but the liqueur of the year, which I was hoping to get to drink, but I don't know. It's somewhere underneath the bar, and there's too much crap to pull out. But was the chartreuse, the vegetal. I think that thing was really fabulous. It comes in a little 100 milliliter thing of it. That's quite. It's like 138 proof. It's fabulous stuff. It was illegal in the States until a couple years ago. So it's really nice that they finally brought that here. So really enjoy that. So really, really good. Obviously, like proof, you have to also obviously like chartreuse, which is a fabulous liqueur to begin with. But that was definitely one of the best new ones we tried this year for sure. So that is that. Let's see. I don't think other really. You guys don't know any other great liqueurs or gins or vodkas you guys had so far this year? Just interested to see what else people have tried. I know it's obviously we're talking mostly about whiskey and other spirits here for obvious reasons, since that is what this channel is about. Alrighty. I think that pretty much covers those. Didn't really do any brandies, of course. Now we did do cognac, obviously. This is the first time we actually I know we've done one of the cognac prior. Now, these guys were cool. They actually came to the castle. And we're not just saying because they came, because this stuff was absolutely fabulous. Not only do I say this stuff is fabulous, the Tiffon XO. If you actually go check out Liquor Hound, it was also his year because we got together and discussed a few of these as well. And so well, thank the guys over at Tiffon. This is great stuff. So this stuff's about $100 a bottle for the XO, which is the 10-year. But if you want to bang for your buck, get the Supreme. It's a 6-year and it's $50. That's really good stuff, and that still has a little bit of the Rancio. But this stuff's just really fabulous. Yeah, it's definitely a good guide. Check out Liquor Hound stuff for sure. But yeah, we were lucky enough to get together and discuss for a few hours and best stuff of the year. So there's definitely some similar ones on my list and his list because we got together for some of this stuff for sure. So yeah, oh yeah, the Chateau VIP is coming crazy. Yeah, it used to be those were pretty reasonable. Cohen, yeah, there was thankfully the vegetable elixir rice is at $30, but yeah, the VEPs used to be like 150, and now I've seen them like crazy online, like $400 or $500. I'm like, that's nuts. But yeah, so if you're into cognac and you haven't heard of Tiff on it, it is an older one. It's from 1875, so they're not a new chateau by any means. They're just not a well known one, and I would definitely highly recommend. This is a whiskey drinkers cognac for sure. I would highly recommend it over a bunch of other just random. I mean, obviously, most of you guys, I'm sure, have had Hennessy or things like that. Easy. Can I explain? Yes, I certainly can. So basically, the big difference between cognac and brandy simply is the cognac has to be in the cognac region of France. Can't be else because like the Armagnac has to be in the Armagnac region. But that's where this one particularly is. Obviously, it's a cognac. Obviously, both with grapes and it's distilled. And XO means 10 years. Yeah, of course, you get your VSs, your VSOPs, and Supremes. VS is 2 years, VSOP is four, and Supreme is six. But yeah, but mainly the only difference is where it is located and how long it's aged for. Whereas brandy, you can basically just throw it out there, just put any brandy on it, and it doesn't really. They do have some obviously some ones that are follow some of those guidelines, but they can make it anywhere in France or hell anywhere in the world. Whereas cognac has to be from that particular region. In fact, it's not only is cognac a region, it's also a town there in France as well. This stuff also pairs amazing with all sorts of fun things, as we found out with our friends over at the Cookies, Crumbs, and Crust down there in Hearst. Go check them out. Amazing stuff there that Jill makes. Great, great stuff. As she made all of the fantastic goodies for us for that night. So yeah, check her stuff out. I know a few of you have been there. In fact, I'm pretty sure Andy's got a chance to go see them. There's great stuff. Yeah, same thing with Armagnac. Armagnac has to be made in the Armagnac region. It's made in exactly the same way as the cognac is. These are the Emblic stills, which are basically a form of a pot still. Now, the wild thing, of course, in Armagnac is generally really small distilleries. In fact, they'll have a guy who basically takes a still in the back of a truck and go to different chateaus or houses essentially for a couple of days, distill, and then come back a year later and distill again. So they're not they make me 1 or 2 barrels a year type deal with a lot of them. But yeah, that's basically the main difference. It's the same thing. It has to be in the Armagnac region of France. I don't think we did. I tried several really amazing Armagnacs this year, but unfortunately, offhand, I can't remember them. Probably the best one we had was one that I wish I could remember the name of it. It was an 80-year-old, which I know is insane. But it was actually it was distilled during World War. Was it? I guess right before World War II. So it was something else. So Jermaine Robin here in California makes some French Lake Remedies top notch. Okay, very cool. Yes, we still have lots of whiskey. We just haven't gotten to whiskey yet. Oh yes, Iron Roots Brandy. Yeah, that stuff is fabulous. I do agree. Iron Roots Brandy is really good. I'm really hoping when they release that seven, I think it's 7 years old. I don't know, it's not even really that 133 proof Riesling brandy that they've got in the barrel. Oh, that stuff's amazing. Can't wait till that stuff actually gets released. Hoping that actually happens sometime this year, but I'm not sure what the plans are for them to when they release it. Says for Conic Arnett, the little unknown producers, the ones to seek out as the well-known ones are marketed as luxury goods like women's handbag. Oh, totally agree, Donner Pass. Yeah, like I said, the one we had that was from like before World War II. I think it cost like $400, which is insane for an 80-year Armagnac, and it's fabulous, just freaking unbelievable stuff. Oh yeah, Bacchus Armagnacs are very good. I agree that those are quite good, absolutely, for sure. They are more expensive, but quite good. Sorry, the mute button not was cooperating. So that basically wraps up all the non-whiskey stuff. So we got there. So we can hear me now. Hopefully that's good. Sorry about that. All right, but I want to talk about those. Like I said, we have reviewed all sorts of different liqueurs and cognacs and gins and vodkas and all sorts of fun stuff now. Haven't done tequilas yet. Thanks, Ben. We will be having, I think, around Cinco de Mayo, a tequila brand come for sure to the castle, so that should be fun. I don't know what brand we're going to do yet, but I know we'll do something good for you guys, something unique you probably haven't had before, so that should be fun. Looking forward to that, certainly. I was talking out to our friends at Miso the other day about that, so I will let you know when I know what tequila that is. But that should be fun no matter what. All right, let's see here. What should we start with for whiskeys? Since I've got it here, let's start out with probably my favorite new Irish of this year, which was the Ballykeefe single pot still, which just blew me freaking away. Hey, Larry, I was really shocked at this stuff. It's fun they showed up, and it's like I have no idea how this is so freaking fabulous, and most people don't know what it is. But their pot still and their single malt are fabulous stuff. But yeah, that's definitely one of the best new Irish I've tried this year. Tries Cascades and loved it. Okay, I don't know if I've had that one or not, Andy. I'd have to. I don't remember it, but that doesn't mean I haven't had it. So I know one time Galen brought like 20 different tequilas here, and they were all good. I just don't remember what they were. Too many to name. That's good stuff. Yeah, so if you guys like Middleton and you like all the tropical fruits of Middleton, this has a lot of those on it, but for a fraction of the price. So, I think these are like 65, $70. You get a goody goody. And yeah, they're quite good. The Tapatio Extra Anejo was also good. Yeah, I had some really great mezcals and tequilas this year. Once again, I just can't remember a lot of their names because their bottles I've been able to friends have shared with me that unfortunately I just don't remember the name. I need to take more pictures of these things so that I can remember for later in the year. But a lot of times I'm not great about doing that, but that is what it is. But yeah, speaking of pictures, there will be lots more coming to Instagram very soon of events at the castle. I know we're way behind all that, but just got crazy busy with work and all this other stuff going on. So there will be lots more pictures of that, certainly. But if you want to sponsor a shelf at the castle, you can certainly do that for $100 a year. Now, of course, Andy's one of our great shelf sponsors there. Great stuff. Certainly. Get your name on a real fancy plaque. Stick it in there. See what else we got. Of course, you can join Patreon. You can buy Glencairn's. Obviously, our best thing is come down to the castle, take a whiskey class, come learn some educational fun things. Come see us, come to a masterclass event, all those good things at the castle. All right. So and of course, whiskeycrusaders.com is where you'll find all that information. Best Irish for me was a 16-minute podcast, so 1997, 2013. Yeah, that's probably pretty awesome. I would imagine so. That sounds fabulous. You can we will put your name on it there, Ben, for $100. Absolutely. We will make that happen. And in order to do that, you say, hey, Jeff, good to see you there. Jeff's been to the castle many times. In fact, he's one of our long-term members at this point now. I know our long-term of us being open for 10 months, but he's one of our special grand members at this point in time. He's been to over 10 events. We really appreciate that. And if you do get over 10 events, there's some special perks and privileges that you get to be earning throughout the coming next year with free events, free private tastings, and some other fun educational opportunities that you get to attend as a grand member, which is going to be pretty fantastic being at the castle. So really appreciate Jeff and his wife Julie come to several of our events at this point in time. But yes, like I said there, Burbank, you can for $100. Yeah, and you just send it. Of course, we use that through our PayPal at whiskeycrusaders3@gmail.com if you want to do that. And you can tell me what name you want to put on it as long as it's not something that is inappropriate. It can be, ridiculous, but not inappropriate, something that we want to stick on there. We're fine with that. I know, like Donald Rance, of course, one of ours, and his says Irish Whiskey Yoda, which is an awesome name on it. But I'm sure, Bourbon, knowing you, you'll find a fun name if you like to be a sponsor of a shelf. It'd be great times. All right. So, like I said, that's the Irish whiskey of the year. So, now the harder part, of course, is some of the other categories we've had. Now, Canadian whiskey of the year, I think fairly easy, was JP Weiser's 42. Unfortunately, my sample's at the castle. So, I grabbed the 24 because that's what I had with me. So, but yeah, the 42-year JP Weiser's, that's probably the best Canadian whiskey I've ever had. So, that stuff was just unbelievable. Dr. Don, who we were lucky enough to have, of course, come to the castle this year. We just got really lucky who came and just really got great stuff. I know the 24 years fairly new, so is the 27. But yeah, the 42 years only $300, which is a steal of a deal for a 42-year-old whiskey. See, I've never had any of the Found North. I've heard good things, Andy, but I've never tried any of the Found North stuff. So, if Found North wants to come on the show or wants to come to the castle, do an event, love to have them on, love to have them out. So to check out their stuff, certainly. It's good. But the other best thing about the 24, 27, and 42 is they're all cast strength, which I really appreciate. Good stuff. But yeah, it's fun to convert people to think they didn't think they liked Canadian whiskey until they found out, well, if it's good Canadian whiskey, they do, which is always fun. So, did really appreciate that. If you guys didn't see us this past week at the castle, our buddy Tim Young was out there. We were over on X streaming him on Tim Runs His Mouth. You go check them out. Check us out on X. We did a stream there for a couple hours last week. We're starting doing a lot more stuff with Tim, doing Whiskey Wednesdays with him on a pretty regular basis. I know we've got some fun stuff. On February 2nd, we'll be doing some special things. I'll talk to you guys about it. I guess it was in about 2 weeks. It'll be Tim, me, maybe a couple other people. I know Nancy from Ron's Tavern, who's one of the best bartenders in the country. In fact, she's one, I think, best old-fashioned in the country. So, fabulous stuff. Post a link on Patreon. I will do that. I will definitely do that, Andy. That is a good idea. You're a smart guy. I will put that on there. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We'll be doing some more things with him and doing a lot of other interesting things are going to be coming out of that relationship that I think you guys are going to enjoy. It's going to be fun for the long term. So that's our Canadian Whiskey JP Weisers for sure. So the 42-year. All right, what are we going to move on to? Now, some of the harder ones, of course, this year. We tried a lot of good scotches. We tried like Rock was really good. Definitely one of our, I would say, definitely Isla Harris, probably for best new scotch distillery. I'd say Isla Harris is my winner for the year. Not just because of it, it's because it was really freaking fabulous stuff. And if you haven't had a chance to try it, it's really good. And I think it's just a little bit above some of the other ones. The other one I would say for new young one of you would be Laclea. The other one I think that was just fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, their bottles are at the castle. Otherwise, I'd put them up for you guys. World Whiskey. I would probably agree with you on that. Smoggin. Yeah, I definitely say it's the best Swedish. Definitely the best world. I'd agree with you on that, Andy. Indian of the Year whiskey is definitely going to be Injuries. Cast Strength is definitely my Indian Whiskey of the Year. That stuff was absolutely freaking phenomenal. Cannot go wrong with Injury. I'm really looking for. So basically, everything. Same we're talking about with the Valley Keef. Everything we really love in the tropical fruits of Middleton is really, really great. Somehow the Injury Distillery in India is making those same notes come out. I have no idea how they're doing it. I'm trying to hopefully have Injury come to the castle this year. Would love to have them come in. They are represented by Impacts. We are starting to have a relationship with them as well. So we're hoping to be able to bring in Injury, Laclea, Coloman, Alrace, Archmuirden. So we're going to be working on bringing in some really great newer distilleries to you guys this year that you guys probably haven't had a chance to do so. Yes, we would like to have them on and at the castle, Andy. That is the plan to have. We're working to have Archmuirden on for sure come down to the castle. So I think I know obviously if you guys watch Roy's channel, he's a fanatic to say the least about that distillery, and so are some of our other fans here. Great stuff from those guys. We'll definitely be having them later this year. We're working with them, so that should be really fun. Like I said, we're working to have some really great guests. Unfortunately, no dates are planned yet. It is the fourth quarter for distilleries, so for a lot of them run their books from April through March, so it's going to be a little bit slower periods, but we're trying to get some in there. Definitely for St. Patty's Day for sure. I know we're working with JJ Corey to have them, and we're also working with Teeling, so those should be here soon, so that should be fun. Also going to be doing some stuff with Kregelke and Aberfeldy this year. So we've got some really great guests coming to the castle for sure. Oh yes, but yeah, so yeah, if you haven't a chance to try Indra yet, you can just get their $40 intro bottle. Their I think it's called triple. I don't know if it's triple wood, something like it, triple something. Really, really great stuff. Love the Cologne 100% barley. You know what's funny, Donner Pass? I have I want to say it's a fifth edition of that, but I've never actually opened it. So I need to open that bottle, Donner Pass. I bought it. Oh my gosh, probably like 7, 8 years ago, whenever it came out. I just never got around to open it. Trini, that's it. Thanks, Bourbon. Appreciate it. It's the Trini. That's what it is. Hey, Dwight. Yep, good to see you there. And Dwight's also one of our grand members. He's been to over 10 events as well. So lots of fun stuff. All righty. So we got lots of really great things going on. All right. So let's see. We've covered Japan. Japan. We talked about Japan yet? Unfortunately, said those are all the castle, but Shabu is definitely my Japanese whiskey of the year. The Shobu 10 is fabulous, but man, the 18 is better, but it's just a little bit higher and more. It's more expensive and even more if you like really fungal mushroom notes. The Shobu, it's a rice whiskey actually, and it is fabulous stuff. But yeah, if you have a chance to try them, go do that. So, yeah, that's really cool. And you get to go visit Cologne and try their mash and new make. Yeah, I would love to see it. I would, I was going to start asking if I can get some of these distillers when they come to please bring the new make with them. Not a lot. We don't need a ton of it, obviously. Just enough to pass around a little bit to see what it would taste like. Okay, a little bit rough. Okay. I'll find out, I guess, soon enough down our pass whenever I get around to opening it. So, hey there, Donald Rance. Good to see you. Of course, we were talking about you earlier by being a shelf sponsor there. That fine, best Irish whiskey there in the castle. And we do appreciate it. All right, all that good stuff. The Irish whiskey Yoda there. So, good stuff. You did miss the best new Irish of the year. Of course, Donald was the Ballykeefe. I know Donald's our Irish guy. The single pot still, I don't know if you had a chance to try them yet or not, Donald, but really, really great new stuff from them. I think of newer, like older stuff, we didn't really have a whole lot of other Irish new stuff come out per se this year. That was because I haven't tried the new Middleton Deer Gaelic this year. I haven't tried that yet. So that's what we got to try, but it's really great stuff. All right, so we've covered Ireland, we've covered Japan, covered India. Let's see here. Now, obviously, I know this is not a new whiskey, but this definitely was one of my favorite things we tried. Now, we got some awesome samples from our buddy, of course, from Andy and Tara. And a buddy actually gave us the remainder of his bottle the other night, so you can see what's in there. This was Ardbeg Ardbog. Definitely one of the best new, best. No, it's an old whiskey now. It came out in 2013. But this was definitely one of the best things I tried this year was definitely Ardbeg Ardbog. Tried this year. Chibut. Everything as far as I know is from this year. Tater Dom, and everything I've had from them has been fabulous. I've tried, I think, the 8, 10, 15, 18, the White Oak. What the hell is the other one I have? I think there's one other one. I think a Sherry Cask, something like that. They're all fabulous. So I don't think there's one you couldn't say that was not just unbelievably great of those, to say the least. Of course, once again, Lefroy's amazing Cartridge this year. Of course, putting two of my favorite releases ever together, the PX and Triplewood, probably best scotch of this for overall scotches for the year. Like I said, best news, probably Harris and Laclea Marseille. And then, like I said, the best overall has got to be that freaking unbelievable PX Triplewood put together by Lefroy, because, they're amazing people out there. So, I'm going to pour a little of this Ardbog because why not? Because it's freaking stellar. And you can't go wrong. It says, the Derek Gaelic Killoran Leg Wood Treat 2 is one that I'm hunting really hard. It blew me sideways. Okay, for Donald said that must mean that thing is absolutely unbelievable. So, I guess, I don't even think I've seen them in the States yet, to be honest with you yet, Donald. But hopefully our friends will be able to get a bottle and get a sample of that and give it a whirl. I'm sure it's amazing. If you're saying that, it must be stellar. So, put people on the hunt for that. Sounds good. So, apparently this year's Derek Gaelic, the Kilburn Wood Tree 2, apparently is just amazing. We did drink some Grinnell's Wood Tree 1 there last week on Tim show. So yeah, he had never had that before, and it blew his mind. So it was great. I always love having people that are really into whiskey to try some stuff that's just unbelievable. Oh yeah, that best scotch for you was the new Boona New Queen. Now I will say this: that Boona 23 year that the distillery sent us for the Shields festival. Oh my gosh, that thing was also stellar. So yeah, that's if you can find a ball of that to that 23 Boona. There was a lot of really great scotch this year. I would say for overall best, just a bunch of new stuff we got to try that were amazingly sent from different distilleries. Bunahaven stuff this year was rocking. We had tried a lot of really great new scotch this year for sure. So I would definitely give those a whirl for sure if you can find a bottle of them. But what you can actually find, definitely there's that Lafroig Carchus this year is just great, great stuff if you're a fan of peat. For unpeated, I'm trying to think, what would be the unpeated scotch of the year? That's a good question. Man, this Ardbach smells amazing. Speaking of Ireland, wondering what the eventful fate of Waterford would be. They must have quite a bit of stock in barrels. Wondering if financial sell. I do wonder about that Donner Pass. I think that's since they're in receivership now. Yeah, I agree, Dwight. That Oxmoor 15-3 this year was friggin' stellar. That was definitely great stuff. I really enjoyed that. And that, of course, that Black Art 11.1, also great. Yeah, those were definitely. I guess maybe that's it. Maybe the Bruichladdich Black Art 11.1 for unpeated this year is probably the best one we had for unpeated. Has an Arbeck 22 year and Jack Jones that's phenomenal. Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah. They have no cash flow, unfortunately, at Waterford. So it is what it is on that. But yeah, I would just do Water. The problem is the price is also too expensive with Waterford. Really cool stuff, cool concept. Unfortunately, just did not work out, which is a shame. But yeah, I would agree on that. I think that's probably our best. I know obviously the price point is not cheap on the Black Art, but I think it's worth the money personally. So it is really great stuff. But if you want a cheaper alternative, you simply go with the classic Lottie. Obviously I know that's a significantly different whiskey, but if you just want an everyday drinker, that's really great. Classic Lottie is always good. Oh, this smells great though. Oh yeah, that's good. Mm. Whiskey Sponge Belkin. Yeah, I did try my first whiskey sponge this year. Good stuff those guys are doing for sure. Who else was really cool? Yeah, there's just some really, really great stuff in there. Sponge Edredorn Knights. Okay, that sounds good. Have not had one of those, but I'll take your word for it. I'm sure they're amazing. Belkin generally is pretty great stuff, which is, of course, is Edredauer's peated stuff. I'd love to have Edredour come. I think that'd be fun. Right. I agree, Donner Pass. The idea of Waterford is great, but the way they have been going, it just didn't work. Yeah, it just didn't work because it wasn't what we thought it would be. Okay, so just to add fuel to the fire, think of the Derek Gaelic Noswood tree as a hybrid of Knockrath Tree 5 and Grinnell's, which one? Oh my gosh. With a peach cream cobbler topping. Okay, that's just not fair, Donald. That's ridiculous. Okay, so if anybody doesn't know this, this is the best whiskey of all time that I've ever had is Derek Gaelic's Tree 1, Batch 1, Grinnell's Wood from 2015. So if anybody ever finds a bottle of that, it is the most magical, transformative journey you'll ever go on with a whiskey. It is glory beyond glory. You see, I love that sulfur note on Edredauer. Yeah, you don't like me like it now. Yeah, I love Edredauer. I think that's one of my favorite distilleries that we never really talk about because I think I've ruined a few distilleries for ourselves, unfortunately, by getting it. It's funny because really before Derek Gaelic was not talked about, so we talked about introducing some other larger whiskey tubers, and it's like crap. That was a mistake. It is what it is, and I'm pretty sure we can thank Dustin for ruining Springbank just by himself. So granted, Springbank is pretty great, but it is what it is. All right, let's see. What have we not covered? We covered Scotland. We covered Japan. We covered Ireland. Best English whiskeys. Yeah, I would agree. Middleton. Well, okay. I meant as far as being people knowing about it, Ben. Now, as far as them ruining themselves on what the whiskey itself is, I totally agree with you, Ben. They just ruins lots of things. Yeah, we can talk about that another time, right? But that's true. As far as the pricing of Middleton, they're out of control. Now, I do think with the whole dumping of stuff, hey there, Joseph, good to see you there. Oh, you got a tree? Nice. Joseph picked up a Grinnell's Wood, a tree 9. Very nice. I have had tree 9, and it's quite good. Yeah, I've had tree 9 and tree 8, and then, of course, tree 1. All fabulous stuff, but 1 is just like 8 and 9 are here, and then tree 1 is just a little bit better than those. But you're still like doing like top 3 ever, Joseph. So you really can't complain having tree 9. So I would not be sad to say the least. Tree 50, yeah, that's the one made by 50 Cent. I think that's what we're talking about. Tree 50. There you go. Um, see, American single malt, craft, rye, and bourbon. Yes, we have to cover all those. I was gonna say English whiskeys. We did not cover English whiskeys. I think the best Englishes I had this were definitely some of the Cotswolds, and the new Filey Bay cast strength was really, really good. But yeah, that Cotswold we had in the calendar, great, great stuff. I think Chinook Tree Farm might be my favorite. Okay, very cool. We'd have to do a try that off against each other one time. Oh, nice. By Cotswold's Scotch Malt Society. Very nice. So that's the one with the Loch Ness Monster. There you go. Awesome. All right. So let's see. American single malts. Um, hmm. I don't know. I think that the Westland, obviously some great stuff. I really love the Garnet 8. That was really quite good. Oh, I know I've had Tree 5. It's really great. I just don't know if I've ever put, I can't remember, John, if I've ever put the two of them together. Because I know we got, you know what? I might still have that sample actually here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I do. I have to go look for it. Oh, Bluebell's good. I've got a Tree 2 Bluebell for sure. Oh, yeah. Wireworks. Yeah. English Whiskey Co. bottle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? Maybe one of the best ones we had this year was that Copperworks out of Washington as well. That was really good stuff. That, of course, Ben. Yeah, best. Yeah, Balcones Cataleja. Oh, dude, that was definitely one of the best Texas whiskeys. One of the other best whiskeys this year. Kyle Beck Tree 1, very nice. I think I've got Tree 4 for Kyle Beck. Good stuff. Yeah, yeah, Dwight. I agree that Garnet 9 was not great. Unfortunately, 8 was good. 9 was disappointing. I agree with you on that. Unfortunately, but thanks for letting me try it. Let's see. I know that Copperworks was really good. Who else did we try that was really great this year? Trying to think. There was didn't get new out of them. Yeah, probably the Balcones Cataleja and that Texas Oak this year were just stellar. I really enjoyed that. If you guys didn't try De Color, was also amazing out of Balcones this year. I know one of the best bourbons this year was definitely going to be for Texas, going to be the Iron Roots Unbelievable Cigar Blend. That thing is mind blowing good. Hold on one second. Still Austin can be good. I did just try their cigar blend personally. I wasn't blown away by it. It was good, but it wasn't great. And compared to a lot of things, I was pretty disappointed in it compared to other ones. So I would not spend $150 on that. And if you're gonna, yeah, and I agree with Andy. If you want still awesome, go with the blue corn because that's like $70, and you'd be better off buying that one or just their standard stuff at 50. I personally would drink redder, and it does not. It would not pair good with a cigar at either. I was not, like I said, not impressed, unfortunately, with it. And I like the guys. They're good people, but I just wasn't super impressed with that one. Cool box though. Box is really cool. Which not great to hear. The box is great. Sally, I'm going to tell you this. I think the best part about their release was the box. But compared to other stuff, not great. But I would say it's more of a pipe smokers thing than a cigar blend, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, you want a cigar blend, go drink Iron Ridge. This stuff's awesome. Oh, good. Good, Dwight. I'm glad you found it. Good. All right. So those were those. Now, I will say for one of the best single barrels we had this year was the Highland Park 18 year that they brought from California. Good Lord, that thing was ridiculous. I know we had a really great Ben Nevis. A couple of those got brought to the castle. Hey, Scott, good to see you, though. Yeah, it's not super, Scott. Had it for like a freaking week. It sucks. Yeah, it's like my whole family, unfortunately, has had this thing. It's not great. Ah, Tree 4. Okay. Very good. All right. So best craft American. So we're not. So we're saying not. I mean, because like I said, Iron Root and Buckhounds. I mean, those are pretty much always going to be in my lineup for best craft. All right. Night, Jeff. We'll see you soon. All right. See, Joe's Lighters, Tree for was special stuff. Good to say. Best craft American this year. I mean, besides, like I said, that Copper Workshop Buckhounds, Iron Root. Trying to make some. I will say that woodwork stuff you sent was really, really good. That you sent me, Andy. That was really good for craft. Let's see what other was good for craft. I mean, do we consider RD1 craft? I don't know if we consider them craft or not. Really been impressed with their stuff this year. That was really good. Um, who else had some really cool? Oh, Southern Star. That stuff was really good. So I did get the single malt from Pete Bargry. Sent that to me. That is one of the most unique American single malts I've ever had, and it's made in a column still, not a pot still. Unlike any other American single I've ever had. Totally different, really good, totally different. I do consider New Riff craft, but I hate their single malt, but that's a different story. Um, I do like their bourbon and rye a lot. I do think those are great that they make. They should stick to those. I thought their malted rye was excellent, but I'm trying to think. I think what's they have? I guess they have the new 8 year. But I don't know if I tried the 8 year. And I can't remember. Yeah, it's awful. Exactly. They should burn the cask and throw it away. But that's a different story. Oh, don't you worry. There's gonna be some fun stuff coming about worse whiskeys. Like I said, February 2nd, we'll be talking about that over on X with Tim. So that should be a very entertaining evening, to say the least. Oh, okay. Dwight's right. That definitely the four gates, I would say, would be crap. I realize they are older and they are sourced. Definitely some of the best stuff we had this year was the four gate, like I said, collaboration 6 and the 60. Oh my gosh, that stuff was just unbelievable. Yeah, I would definitely go with that. If you guys haven't tried four gate, definitely go try some of their stuff. That is definitely some of the best. It's not cheap. It is like around $200 a bottle, but you're getting what you pay for. It's one of the few I would tell you guys that it's worth spending $200 on. Or as I would say, most of them are just gimmick bullshit. They're not worth it. No, theirs is just spectacular. Yes, it's pretty great, Donald. That yeah, Dr. Don texted me on Christmas and on New Year's. We had some great conversations, and Dr. Don will be back this year, for sure. So if you guys did miss Dr. Don, he was in town. He will be back. I don't know when yet. We're definitely working on it tonight. So yeah, but I've only had one rare character, and I don't know which one it was. And it was after trying some other things, and it was okay. I don't know which one it was though. Now, as far as that goes, we're trying to think what other really good craft we got to try this year that was fun. Let's see, we had them, then trying to think like smaller distillers that got a chance to try this year. Like so, we get to send all sorts of cool stuff. It tends to be really good. I will say best, new. I know it's a celebrity bourbon, but was really blown away by the stuff from the Brothers Bond. Shockingly, really good. I was really not thinking it'd be great, but then turned out really great. And then, of course, we got the chance to have Ian and Paul on, fabulous guys. Some point later this year, they should be at the castle, so that should be really great to have those guys there. And like Brothers Bond's really good whiskey. I was In fact, let's put this. And not any guys know I don't drink down a lot of those. Drink already half that bottle of that cast drink. This is really good. Oh, Detling. Detling is definitely one of the best distilleries in the country. Nobody knows about for sure. I really enjoy Detling. I've not had the new Sagamore 9. We'll have Sagamore at the castle this year on their own. I will talk to Tim and have them come out and do a whole event. In fact, I need to text him tomorrow and get Tim to do a whole thing on Sagamore, since that would be great. Especially since they are owned by Disaronno now. They have the money, to say the least. Of course, they were owned by Under Armour prior, so they had money. And that was never an issue. But yeah, Sagamore's great stuff for sure. I'll have them definitely bring the new 9 out. That'd be great. All right, so let's see here. So that's like probably the best new bourbon. Now, for best bourbons of the year, I had 2 unbelievable bourbons. Now, neither one of them was remotely cheap, but both just fabulous. Hold on a second, guys. What we do? Like, kiddo. All right. Anyway, hey Norman, good to see you there. My second national fabulous to the price. Yeah, like I said, I'd love to try it. I'm sure it's great. I love the 8. Love Sagamore in general. I know they're aging all sorts of cool stuff. Yeah, hopefully. I think you're going to get something in comparison. Dr. Don said soon, so you should hopefully have a similar version at some point this year, is what he was telling me. So hopefully you're Sakura soon. Now, Russell Reserve Games best ball of the year I found. Now, I would agree that was the best ball of the year prior to trying one thing. So this was bourbon of the year until I unfortunately have a ball this. A couple weeks ago, I got to try King Kentucky 16 year. Holy shit. It was great. Hey, Pete. Good to see you. I'll see you tomorrow. But, we started late, so it is what it is. But King Kentucky is unfreaking believable. If you guys haven't a chance to try that, go. I don't really tell you where to get one because it's not available in Texas. Just had a great friend share it with us. Right after Christmas. It was just ridiculous stuff. So it's not only is it the best bourbon of the year, it's one of the best bourbons I've ever had, hands down. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is not cheap. It is very, very expensive. I mean, retail is like $250, $300. You're not going to find it for that. They're going for like $1,500. If you have an extra $1,500 and you find one, it's worth it. I wouldn't tell most people to spend that if I didn't think it was. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you got the 28 year, which we did not get, Donald. Which it is what it is. But yeah, great stuff to say the least. So, so we've only been live for 48 minutes. Okay, so those are definitely the bourbons of the year. Like I said, if you can't find those, like I said, go get Brothers Bond. Those are obviously reasonably priced. These are not. These are about $300 a bottle, and like I said, King Kentucky is like $1,500. But worth every penny of it. One of the best. My brother got one of these for he's like, is this thing worth it for $300? I'm like, you should buy it. It's the most expensive bourbon he ever bought. And I was like, you should buy it. It's really great stuff. Not yet. I did get to try it. Yeah, that's my Canadian of the year. It was the JP Weiser's 42 year, Donald. So I have this, but the sample of the 42s at the castle. But we'll definitely be getting a bottle for the castle for sure, the 42 year. Speaking of that, our buddy Andy's place is going to be opening up soon. Noctis Wine and Spirits over in Hearst should be open the next week or two. So if you guys are in town, need a really awesome liquor store to go see our friends over at Noctis Wine and Spirits. Their current store is called Tarrant Liquor. That's over in Fort Worth. You can check them out as well. But go see the guys over at Noctis Wine and Spirits. Good friends of ours. They are our humble retail partner with us over at the castle. So obviously, if you come to the events and you go through Andy, he does give you a discount for buying through his store. So check them out. Yeah, he had some really insane Bruichladdich deals. Yeah, he's a really great guy. He takes good care of us, take good care of you, make you a customer for life. Go see Andy over there at Noctis Wine and Spirits. Fantastic store. Can't wait to his new store. It's a beautiful new store. You guys are going to love his new place there. It's going to be over at Highway 26 and Norwood. And it's really good stuff. I have had that Buffalo Trace Wild Turkey stuff. I didn't think it was worth $225, $250. People are paying for it. Personally, give $50. I didn't think that's super special. is okay. It's good, but it's not worth people paying for it. And I've tried, I think, 4 or 5 different versions of it now. None of them were just like amazingly awesome. Unfortunately, trying to think of what ryes we had this year that were really spectacular. Trying to think what new ones we had. Who do we try that were new ryes? Look at the list. I can't really think of it. Hey there, Mark. Good to see you there. If you're going to check out Northwest Bourbons, go check out Mark's channel. Oh, you know what the best ryes I had this year was? Speaking of Mark, it was actually the Jack Daniels Heroes Edition. Oh my gosh. Got one of those. That thing is rocking. So if you do get a chance, have any buddies in the service, and get your stuff at the Class 6, get yourself a bottle of that Jack Daniels Heroes Edition. Unbelievable stuff. That stuff is just fabulous. I'm so glad Mark said to get one, but I grabbed one last time I was at the Class 6. Just great, great stuff. It's like $56, so can't really beat the price on it. I think it's super affordable. Yeah, it's so good. And I've given that to so many people. And that thing stacks up really, really good. Yeah, that's definitely one of the best rye of the year for sure, is that one. I don't think of any other ryes that were really just blew me away this year. But that one just blew my mind how good that was. Holiday should be up for craft. I think last year holiday was it because I had them reviewed last year was holidays craft of the year for us. I have not had their Rick House editions yet. I heard they're great, but I haven't tried them. I'm trying to think what other ryes we had. I know I tried the Frey Ranch. That was really good. I'm trying to what else blew me away. I know there was a couple other ryes that were spectacular. Who else had one? I don't know. That Southern Star Rye was really good. I liked that a lot. Who else? 15 stars is a really good rye. I liked that one. That was good. Let's see. Best affordable. Seriously, get that Brothers Bond stuff. That's really nice, especially for an approachable, easy bourbon for like $40. It's like $32. Get the Brothers Bond. It's good stuff. Like I said, I was really impressed with it. Like I said, I know it's a celeb, but there's super nerdy whiskey guys that you guys will love. So I like that a lot this year. That was really good. We had the really simple, easy that came out this year. For bourbons. I mean, RD1's good, but they're a little more expensive. They're like $50-$60. Good stuff though. Certainly. Can't think of what else that we did. I know we reviewed mostly a ton of scotch because surprise. But yeah, we've tried all sorts of good stuff this year. Let's see there. I'm trying to think any other approachable bourbons we did. Not really to review a ton of bourbons this year. Just like really great higher end ones, mostly for the most part. I mean, I know we reviewed this year. I mean, this is good. This is like $50. You can't go wrong with Four Roses Small Batch Select. I mean, that's always a good choice at 106 proof. That's always a nice one. Or sorry, 104 proof. That's always good. Can't go wrong with that. But those are the ones we reviewed. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that pretty much covers all the categories. Says, Nora, has anybody bought Waterford yet? I look for other distillers to enter within 2 years. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't think Cohen. I think as far as I know, they're still in receivership. Noah would probably know more, like you said. But as far as I know, they're shit out of luck. And I do think that's the case for, unfortunately, a lot of these craft. We're going to lose some more craft for sure. We're going to definitely lose them. But I think ones that are making good whiskey, I think they're going to be fine. It's the ones that are not doing great stuff, not going to be fine. And like I said, MGP is cutting 25% production, which is huge. So we'll see. But then again, at the same time, I don't need 100 labels with exactly the same thing either. Has anybody tried the new Remus 8? Our Remus 8's really good. Haven't seen it nor tried it yet. So anybody had Remus 8? That was another question I asked you guys this evening. Anybody else have any other whiskeys of the year that they want to talk about, or any other spirits in general? Yeah, lots of young Scotch. Like I said, we're definitely going to work on have some young Scotches out. There's a lot that's I think for best projection currently, Scotch is probably young Scotch distilleries are probably the best as far as flavor goes that as of right now. Yeah, like no, I'm not being they're being liquid as far as no. I can't say that I'm sad. No, I assume that barrels will just go to somebody. Hopefully they age them up for quite some time because they are not ready to drink. Like I said, was all in on the concept of it, just was not great. Yeah, you know what's funny, Cohen? Ardenhouse one I actually really want to try. That's one I haven't tried. I know Andy's tried, so it was really good. But it's not one I've tried yet. So um but yeah, as far as like I said, I think we're gonna lose a lot of distilleries, unfortunately. The big guys will be fine. But the smaller ones obviously are not going to be. But it's such as life, unfortunately. Uh yeah, but there's a lot of good Scotch ones. There's obviously some, and I think hope that's the other thing. Hope we should be on the website for the Texas Whiskey Association and Whiskey Trail. I think in a couple weeks they're telling us now, so that'll be great. We'll finally be I know we got our approval a while ago, but I think they'll finally be able to update the website there in a couple weeks. So that'll be nice. So we'll have our official stamp, so you can come see us down there and get your stamp for the Texas Whiskey Trail. So that'll be cool. Of course, you can go all over the state. I think it's 1,500 miles. I think this whole trail, if you want to do the whole thing, which is pretty wild. Yes, Redwood Empire purchased Savage and Cook. I did not know that. Interesting. That is interesting. All right. Yes, there's been a lot. I do think I do project to be a lot of stuff going in the gin category. Do look for gin tastings at the castle for sure. Um, I think we're gonna try, hoping at some point. Would really like to have Whitley and Neil come out and do one. I think that'll be. I know Donald and I are both big fans of their stuff. Hey, Mr. Jakes, good to see you there. Hoping to have them come out and all that good fun things. So it is what it is. But we will go from there and see what happens. But yes, we are working on lots of fun things, and just obviously, if you can get a chance to come down and take a class at the cast, we'd love to have you. Like if you attend a master class and all those fun things. Can you order a cognac and cookie event? Can you pre-order another one for this coming year? We could probably do another one. I'm sure we could make that happen this coming year. I'm sure we'll be working with some more. Another thing I know we're going to be probably working on is probably going to working on some champagne and wine events as well. Trying to broaden our portfolio to also bring a lot of the wives in, or gentlemen that don't drink spirits, but we'd like to broaden our horizon on things like that in general, and bring in more fun things because we have the event space to do it. So we might as well bring in other great products and that they're out there. Wine's always fun. I'm a big fan of wine, so that should be fun. It says new U.S. rum stores are free fall now. There are too many. It was on order from the beginning. Well, that's probably true, Cohen. And that's not really surprising that the rum stores are on free fall. And I think, unfortunately, like I said, that's going to happen a lot. I think we're going to lose a lot. And obviously, I think a contraction is good. And not only that, there's going to definitely be a glut of whiskey. I don't know how many of you guys follow the spectacle, I guess you want to call it, that people waited in line for days to do the drop. There was a lot of whiskey left even after that. And from what I was seeing in pictures, and that's the most Buffalo Trace and Blend I've seen in God knows how long. It's wild. It says, have had some of the new Scotch distillers for the price for young whiskey. I'm going to get 12-year 46 for non-chill for the same or less. You pull them back, and this kind of want the best quality for. Yeah, I understand that, Donner Pass. They are not the cheapest. I understand. Tried 5 wines that we enjoy as Scotch finishes. Turns out I'm okay with Madeira and Tawny Port. Oh, I do enjoy both those. And I think as we're going to try and do things exactly like that, where we'll bring in some of the wineries and some of the distilleries and try to see what's better with them. Once I'm off a call on January 1st, after that beginning on call, I plan to crack open. I bet you do, Donald. I can't wait for you to be off of that, and that will be great. So, okay, that's fine. PX dollars not my jam. Totally understand, and that's fine. And we do offer classes on sherries as well, where we do different sherries finished in, scotches or bourbons or whatever you want to do, ports, things like that. And those are classes we can offer to people. Now, this is a question that, maybe you guys can answer. Now, obviously, most of us, yes, PX is very sickly sweet, and I understand that. I personally like it, but obviously that's a personal choice for everyone. Whether, when you go on our website, I don't know if you guys have visited there or not, I think Euro malt distills are doomed to also too much saturation. That's certainly possible, Colin. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of shakeout the next few years for sure, next few months even. But we shall see what happens. Do you guys like the format of, kind of, we tell you, all the different types of whiskeys, and you kind of customize it from there? Or do you think you need more choices as far as possibilities of classes to think about as an option for things to, or is it too overwhelming for people when it's just a broad category? Now, I realize that us as whiskey nerds, it's probably not that big a deal, but I don't know how it feels for other people that are not into the super whiskey nerd space that we are in. So, says the next 5 years for great whiskey nerds, but bad for so many. Yeah, I agree, Andy. I think it's going to be really bad for a lot of people. We'll see. I think the prices are going to come down because they're not going to have a choice because it's not going to sell. We're going to lose. I think we're going to also lose some major ones. I think that's true. Hard Truth was probably the only other rye that I had this year that was new that I thought was great, other than the Heroes. I don't know if I had the Hard Truth rye, Mark. I think I've only tried one of the bourbons, and didn't do anything for me personally. But I don't think I've had the rye, so maybe we can see if I can get a sample of that at some point from somebody, or somebody here locally has one. I don't know if we get Hard Truth here, to be honest, either. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm seeing some great Armagnac class. Yeah, we could work on that, Dwight. We could probably find an Armagnac to come in. I think we could definitely do that. Let me talk to some of our friends over there who kind of Armagnacs in their portfolios. I know we can get them for sure. I will find us an Armagnac one. I think that'd be fun. It says Hard Truth. Oh, Mammoth. Okay, Mammoth probably might actually come this year. And the reason being that as you guys know, we had Ari Sussman on the show from Whiskey Gypsy. So Whiskey Gypsy is probably also coming, which would be great. So, but yeah, I'd like to have Mammoth come. And I'm going to have Mammoth come on the show. I'll talk to Ari about having Mammoth, doing a show on Mammoth too. All of alcohol is in decline, liquor, wine, and beer. And that's true. Unfortunately, that is a true statement. The younger generation doesn't really drink to the extent of course, our generation and the ones that are older than us. Unfortunately, they like to do drugs instead. Not my choice. Personally, obviously, I prefer alcohol for obvious reasons. And you don't fail a drug test that way either. So, but, you do whatever you do you. So that's that. But yeah, a lot of them, or they're just not drinking at all. Now, the other big movement, of course, is the 0% game. I've tried a few. I haven't tried a ton of the 0% stuff. I don't know if it's any good or bad. I would only try it if someone sent it to me. I'm not about to spend $30 to find out some 0% alcohol is terrible, because that seems foolish. But I would love to see. At some point, they'll probably return this year, Andy. Hopefully in 25. And some reasons I need to write a bunch more. So, I mean, there is part of the thing is we do have a tremendous amount of them. I will try to start to get some reviews going again at some point. I can't tell you when. Especially if I am going to start doing some reviews, there's probably going to be more stuff on Patreon. That'll just be some real basic ones. It'll just be the histories. Now, we will return some major ones with histories and also that'll go to the channel, to the big channel. But I'll probably start doing just some notes and stuff for you guys on Patreon just to have something out there extra for you guys, because I need to write some notes on a bunch of stuff anyway. So I think it wouldn't be a bad deal. Guinness Silver is actually pretty decent, especially when using it to cook. Okay, using it to cook, great. That's funny, doll. I picked up a Hard Truth single barrel store pick from Elixir in Tennessee when I was there last month. Brandon Bass was there with a few samples. I'll send you a sample. I'll try to do those. Okay, awesome. Appreciate it. If you have the brand ambassador's contact info, Mark, would you send that to me too? I'd like to get and talk with them if that's something they'd like to come out to the cast after I try that sample and see if it's something I'd like to have them come out or not, and do some stuff with us. One of the other big things we'd like to have out at the castle this year, some of the big name bourbons. We're working to have Buffalo Trace come out, Michter's, and some of the other big names. Hopefully, I don't know when it's coming here, just sometime this year. But we are working to have some big name bourbons come out, which should be good. I've only tried it once, but Pursuit Double Oak is great. Pursuit Double Oak. Don't think I've had that one either. But yeah, and it's who does that? That's the podcaster group that does that with the Bourbon Pursuit guys or whatever. Haven't had that one. Oh, I know it was United, and unfortunately in DC closed. I know they're gone. They had made it some stellar stuff. Yeah, I have one of their bottles, but I guess that's one. It's gonna have to go on the higher tier now, since we'll never get it again. But that's all right. See, I've had a few zero alcohol things that Total Wine Stand went out, and they were all really bad and taste nothing like what they're right. Yeah, and that's not surprising, Cohen. I know I tried some grape version ones that were like lower proof to taste like rums and gins and vodkas and whiskeys. Most of them didn't taste like it. The closest they got, which nothing great for us, was the one that tastes like Fireball. That was the closest of any of them. So yeah, I would agree. Well, so I just found out I'm pulling a triple duty at work tomorrow. Oh joy! I'm supposed to man the kitchen as well. Mince and tatties for dinner tomorrow. Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, an alcohol beer is decent, but the zero. I think part of it too comes, we've had zero alcohol beer for what 30, 40 years. I don't know when O'Doul's came out, but that's been around for quite some time. Whereas these new zero alcohol, like the last 2-3 years, I mean, and then the fact that they cost is crazy. I'm like, I'm gonna pay you $30 for no booze. Whereas I could get, you can get some really crappy stuff for like $8. If you want some like Black Velvet or something just god awful. It can be done, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. And it has booze in it. So I don't know what the point is of buying it. I also don't, what's the point of a 0%? I don't, I guess the point is you don't get drunk. Obviously, that's the point. But if you want to go just for flavor, if it doesn't taste like it, what good is it if it doesn't taste good? Yeah, hopefully I can get some of these 0% ones to send me a bunch of them and do a stream about them. I have no idea if they would be willing to or not. I mean, if it's supposedly great, I'd like to see it, but I don't know. So I guess we'll find out. Who knows? We shall see. But yes, it is what it is. All right. Well, since I have to work in the morning, and it's 11:40 here, so probably sign off. But yes, well, thanks everybody. This was great. Hope everybody enjoyed this. The Whiskies of the Year. It's good fun times. 50s of our Zurich here at Tanqueray. Number 10 is 47. A conja. Agree, Donald. Agree. Not great. So I will see you guys all next week for another fun time, and we'll go from there. Cheers.